Yo, what's good, guys? You're listening to another episode of Redefined Gospel Sounds. It's actually the last episode for the season. But fortunately, to save it, we've got a really good guest. We've been trying to get her on for a while. She's always been behind the camera, but we finally managed to get her on the camera.
Why are you doing that?
And we're blessed to have her on the couch today. So we have got Esther-Tofi in the building. What are you telling me?
Hey. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. We thought it was a good idea to just give the listeners a bit more context as to what we've heard in season 1 already, why we started the journey, the process, everything, the good tea and all of that. So the first thing is probably to say why, or to ask rather, why RGS? Because obviously I'm the guy that's asking the questions and I just do all the hand stuff. But you actually came to me with that, with the idea first. So what was it like at the start? Was it always meant to be like a podcast? Like, how did it come about?
Okay, so RGS, I don't really know how to explain it because I'm very much like a vision person. So like I can have different things that I'll just hear randomly, or like I'll hear God say something. I'll just write it down on a piece of paper. And I'll come back to it whenever I know the time is right. So RGS, I was in uni, maybe term 2 or first year. So like that's what, 2021, like spring. And I wasn't even praying. I wasn't doing anything. And just heard Redefined Gospel Sounds. I was like, okay, God, like this is cool. What is it that it's for? And I'm a very big fan of music. I absolutely love music. I don't make it, but I love it. You know, it's a good thing. So I was like, cool, Redefined Gospel Sounds. What is this? Where are we going with this? And originally, it was meant to be a live series. I don't know if you might remember, on the TUYC Instagram, we posted that it was meant to be K. Lewis. We posted like, yeah, guys, we're going to have a live. It's going to be a series every week or every 2 weeks. Catch us with a new artist, doing and that just was not the move. Like, it was just very far, in fact, very distant from the plan that God actually had. So I remember when I first had the RGS idea, I didn't really do anything with it. Just kind of wrote it down, kept it there. And then I shouted my friend Success, said, hey, how would you feel about hosting this? And he was like, okay, tell me more, like, what am I going to be hosting? And yeah, I told him the idea and he was like, yeah, I'm down. And even in that, I'm a very big believer in God not being a God of coincidence. And I met Success at uni in September. And then we like became friends from there. And in my head, I was like, what if I just didn't meet you? Like, he would have asked to be the host. Like, it's just like, God isn't really a God of coincidences, you know? So I asked him, he was like, yeah, cool, I'm down. Then we posted the thing about the live and it just didn't happen. Like, it did not happen. And we're like, okay, cool, let's reevaluate what's actually going on. So I prayed again, it was like, podcast, make it a podcast. I was like, not a bad idea. I'm not a podcaster, it's not something I've done before. But I was like, cool, I'll just go with the flow. So cool. Get to like September, we go studio, don't use the footage because you don't know how to use the camera properly.
Hey, that first session in the studio there, man was coming in, you see in a mic, I was like, fam, it was bare new and that man had the headphones. I was here like, hey! It was a mad one.
So
that was
funny,
too funny.
Because I think we got home, I plugged in my thingy, put in the SD cards, the footage stops at 11 minutes.
Just error.
It's just done. And I messaged Success, I'm like, hey, the footage is like not there. Like after 11 minutes, it's done. And I messaged the artist and he's like, oh, okay, like what are we gonna do from there? So like, okay, cool, we take another break because again, this is all very expensive. And we are both full-time university students that are funding other projects and doing other things as well. So like, cool, let's take a break, let's regroup, let's plan this properly because one thing about both of us is we love excellence. So like, cool, let's be strategic, what is it that we're actually doing here? Let's define it. What is RGS? Let's plan it out, like seasons in advance. Let's plan everything out now. We had bare meetings, like constant FaceTime calls, hours on end, just going back to back to back. Then December, we went to studio again and we recorded And we actually got the footage, you know? We got the footage. It was okay. We went again in January. Went again in like March.
Yeah.
And it just got better every time. And now we're here to what RGS is now. We had our first season.
Yeah. It's gone bare quickly as well.
Fast.
Crazy.
Like, the episodes are coming out. It's just like, it's bare quick. Considering how long, like, what, we're in May. This is like, it would be like a year or in 2 months when I had this idea first time. So it's like, it's gone very fast. Like, all of that work in just, 4 or 5 weeks is gone. It's gone. But it's good. It's fruitfulness, you know? It's pushing it out there.
What's been like the most like challenging thing so far in terms of like? There's actually a couple, I can't lie, but
In fact, why don't you answer that question first? What's been the most challenging thing for you? What have you found?
The most challenging thing has probably been. I'd say the most challenging thing has probably been. I wouldn't even say challenging, but I guess like because I'm very like self-critical in terms of like the way that I just present the episodes, like making sure that the episodes like they flow and like they sound alright. So my challenge was just challenging myself, just making sure as I was recording like I'm the kind of person that when I saw something, like even that very, very first one that we recorded and the one subsequent, I was like, nah, man, this is meaty, nah, da 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 da. But and obviously it took you and even like others to convince me to say like, oh no, like it's actually all right. And it's not even like I'm like, oh, like I'm bare, like, you know, man's not got self-confidence and that. No, like I'm calm, like I know that cool, like I'm okay, like when the time comes, but it's like. I'm calm when the time comes, but it's like I wasn't at that level. So the challenge for me was even just like making sure that I was just proper believing it. That I was just proper believing it. So that was even the main challenge for me. What about you?
Main challenge. I feel like the main challenge, what, in releasing it or just the whole thing?
The whole thing.
I think the main challenge for me was just time management, because I have a business and I've got this as well, and I've got a few other things, and also I do university.
So what do you study?
I study law and social sciences.
Wow, so good.
Yep. Yeah, I think time management, because editing is long, and listening to the episodes, doing that first, and syncing the audio with the visuals, and then editing that, and then even the storage on my laptop. There was a point where my laptop broke. Like, my laptop was broken. I couldn't even edit.
Hey, you know what makes me laugh here? You know them times that like you're posting a thing on your Snap story and the laptop is making one ungodly sound. Bare like bare no fam. That thing is too funny.
No,
fam.
like my laptop cannot handle it.
Cannot withstand.
It can't handle it. And I think, time management, probably the hardest thing. I would say cost as well. I think I don't really have a problem with pouring into my visions. I find it very easy to just give to God. So if it's something that God's asked me to do, like, I'll never have a qualm. Even if it's like, this is mad, but I won't care. Like, I'll just be like, if God said, like, then we're going to do it. Do you know what I mean? So I think cost as well. But one thing I would say is shout out to every single one of my friends. My friends, like, they're just amazing. Like, if I'm pouring into something, they're going to pour into it with me. Like, I think, because I had to buy the hard drive, bought the SD cards, camera equipment, lighting equipment, studio time. Like, there were just bare different costs. And if I ask my friends, like, they will do it. Like, they will actually show up and show out. Like, I think for the hard drive, because I spent bare cash already. There was that weekend. Weekend. Shout out to Nico from Pirate.
Shout out to...
I don't know how many times we extended that session.
No.
I think every time.
And you were there, WhatsApp to Nico saying, like, and then they now brought the other employee that you were talking to Pirate. You were saying, like, can you extend? Like, sorry, I can't do that.
I said,
and you're there saying, can you get me someone who will get me Nico?
Like, Nico was actually the guy. We extended that session. I think we got there midday. We left at like 8 or 9. It was
like
such
9
a
onwards.
long
Even
session.
10 so.
I think, yeah.
It was actually 10, yeah. That was a joke of a weekend.
It was a long
Yeah, that
weekend.
was a joke
And we'd spent bears, like just topping up. He ordered food at one point because he hadn't eaten as well that whole day. So he ordered food, just fair cost. So I think I had to get the hard drive so I could get the footage from the SD cards. And I asked my friends, like, guys, okay, look, I need this hard drive because this thing is not coming out otherwise. And like, they all just chipped in, just freely, willingly. They were like, nah, I sent you this much. Like, check your account, you got it, yeah. Like, da-da-da-da-da. They're just amazing people, and like this RGS would not be here without them.
Oh, 100%.
Even like the camera and the lighting equipment. Like, shout out to every single person, every single time, because just wouldn't be here without them, frankly. Like, I didn't have the capacity.
100.
So, but yeah, cost and time management in answer to your question.
Cool. You're getting better though. In fact, you're even there. What do you mean? Someone said, how many business?
I don't know what you mean about it.
That's fine.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
And then in regards to the whole, like, the purpose behind RGS, how we hopefully, but you guys are now in episode 6, so hopefully you guys are getting a bit more of a clearer understanding as to why we do what we do, why I speak as I speak, and the conversations that we've been having. But to clarify for those that may even be new, let's even assume that, to understand, for those that are new, how did that come about, like the background behind RGS, and why is it so important to you and to me?
Okay. I feel like personally for me, I think one of my purposes, one of my callings in life is to redefine Christianity. I think that's my pizzazz, you know, it's my thing. And when I started my first business, TUYC, our slogan is redefining what it means to be a Christian. And every time I'm talking to God, like, there's just so many misconceptions. And there's so many things that people have just got wrong. Like, so many things that people just got wrong. Like, Christians, non-Christians, everyone has just got it wrong. And it's like, I want to do whatever it is that I can to redefine that and show people God's reality. Show people what God actually intended for us to believe and see. So Redefined Gospel Sounds, like I said, I love music and I love God. So it's like a little combination of the two. And the main reason for it is just that it's just to show people a different side of God. Because it's like everyone that's an artist, they may not be a gospel artist, but it doesn't diminish or take away from their faith in any regard. And I know growing up for me, it's like if you're not singing Hallelujah, Jesus, Hosanna, you're backsliding. Oh, you lost the way. You're not really on the faith anymore. Yeah. And I think people not only deserve to see, but need to see that God is outside of the church. He exists outside of the... He created outside of the church. Do you get what I mean? So like, all the people that we've had so far, they've been amazing. The people that we've got coming, stay tuned. People that we've got coming, like, I want people to see what it really means to be a Christian. It's not in my title. It's not in my business. It's not in my career. It's inside of me. And because it's inside of me, it's automatically in everything that I do. Like, the way I carry myself is different to how a non-believer would carry themselves because I have Jesus inside of me. So it automatically pours into everything else. And I think that's the focus. The focus should be God. It shouldn't be, oh, this person prophesied here and this person healed this lame man and this person went to Jerusalem and he done that. Because that's not got anything to do with me. Like, frankly, it's not got anything to do with me. So it's just showing people that. And I think music is the biggest... just the biggest thing. Like, everyone listens to music. Everyone listens to music, Spotify. If you're on Apple, God bless you.
Apple.
But,
Apple,
you know, Spotify.
Yeah.
Everyone listens to music. And I think there's so many Christians in the music scene that people don't know about. And it's like, that person's a Christian. You love their music. You love their lyrics. Why is that? Maybe get to know the person. Yeah. See the God behind the craft. So, yeah.
I think as well, like, for me, it's interesting in terms of it's just cool to see, like you said, people that not in this case look like you, but that, you know, have your beliefs, but like they're actually like killing it in the world.
Yeah.
And we see it, so it's quite common in terms of, you know, maybe actors or like sports people, like more commonly as well.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see like on the music side of things, like, you know, people like in the Christian hip hop scene, as well as like in the like mainstream, quote unquote, not even main, no quote unquote. Let me off the quote. Sorry, I'm off it. But in the mainstream, able to kind of do what they do, and it's always just so nice. Like, and we'll get onto this, but just in terms of like hearing music in general, if I'm hearing like secular music, should I say, and it's like, man, they're just shouting out to Jesus, and it's like, hey, what, man's done it as well, what, man goes to church as well, like, hey, like, it's just nice, it's refreshing to hear, like, it's really, really nice. So I think that was the main thing. And then just literally echoing what you said, just in terms of readdressing what we know already, or what we think we know.
Yeah.
Because there are just so many things that people have just jammed.
Many.
And when I think about even like the most basic of things, like, like Christians don't know how to have fun, or like, you know, like the most basic things.
My friends will
because
know
of
Jesus and Jay to the world and back. I don't know what Jesus, you know.
J squared.
My Jesus and I, we're gonna party till we die. The end.
J squared.
The end.
And I feel like, because a lot of people, so even for things as like basic as that, like I feel like a lot of people just have the wrong end of their stick because of portrayals, what they've grown up with, what they may, if for those that are Christians, that stereotypes, for Christians that have even grown up like in their own families, but it's been very like, let me say like legalistic, for example, like I might be that, but just to change all of that and just to change everything really and truly. So I'd say that's definitely the vibe there.
I even want to ask you.
Oh, this is
I even want to ask you.
Oh.
Why did you say yes to being the host? Like, because I could have asked you and you could have just been like, I'm not going to lie, not really my kind of thing, I'm not really on that. So why did you say yes?
Why did I say yes? That's a fantastic question. The studio time alone should have caused me to say no. I said yes because it's a very, like, as you listen to music, I listen to loads of music as well. And I listen to loads of podcasts as well. And I just thought, first, I'll be real, I just thought like it would be a good idea, but it will also just be a good way for God to like use me in general. Like, I know that it's definitely a thing where I've always been like a talker, like I like talking, and maybe when there's youth church, go and present something, to go and do announcements, or go and guide them into the next section of the program of the Sunday service. So that's always been a thing in that sense. So, and I've always prayed that like, okay, God, like, put me in position that I can use my things like for the betterment of like you and your kingdom and all that stuff. So when you asked me, like, obviously you went away, prayed about, and I was like, let's go then. So it's been cool.
So nice.
It's been lit.
Thanks for saying yes.
No worries. When it comes to the music side of things, obviously like we both like love music. When it comes to like gospel music, what's been like your journey with that? Because obviously we've both like grown up in Christian homes and all that stuff. You're even, you know, pastor's kid and that. So how has your journey been with that?
How has my journey been with gospel music? I've always loved music. I come from a musical home. My parents love music. Wake up in the morning to music, in the car playing music. So my parents love music, so I loved music from them. And I think I've always had a good relationship with gospel music because when I was younger, I didn't listen to the radio. I didn't listen to Capital FM. I listened to Michael Jackson. I think I listened to Michael Jackson when I was 15 for the first time. Like, I didn't listen to that. People are always like, oh, how come you didn't know this song?
That's actually
I
crazy.
didn't listen to that.
Well, you went out in the streets in them times.
No, I wasn't. Like, I was either at home, at church, or in school.
Fair.
So all my friends were from church.
Yeah.
All my friends in school were Christians. So like, I was constantly around gospel music. So I've always had a great relationship with that music because it made up the majority of my childhood. I think when I got to secondary school, that's when I like diversified. Started listening to loads of music, like any genre, catch me there. Like, I love music. So maybe year 11, I just sometimes got a bit bored of worship. It's a bit slow, you know. Sometimes you wanna, you know, you're walking to some David or something spicy. The worship music, kill songs, lift up your hands.
It wasn't
like,
lift you?
you know.
Oh my God, you worship. Yeah.
So I was just like, I want something different. So I started looking at Christian artists. So like different genres, like Afrobeats, gospel, Afrobeats, R&B, soul, old school. Like there's just so many genres, and all these genres, there are people who are Christians who are making that kind of music. It's just that they're harder to find. So I made it my personal mission that I stopped listening to secular music. I was like, okay, now you have nothing to listen to, so you have to discover and find more. Shout out Gospel Hydration, shout out Blessed Music. Them man put me on, like, they put me on. They're amazing.
Gospel Hydration has done the work of the Lord.
They are amazing.
Proper.
Like,
This is even, they're not even sponsoring us, by the way. They haven't paid us. You can if you like, isn't it? Like, it will be much appreciated. As of now, they're not, but yeah, no, they've actually done the Lord's work for bare youths.
Them man were amazing. They put me on bare artists. They're not even going on Instagram. Who are you following? Let me see if that person makes music as well. So I started to get into it. I was like, okay, these are good sounds as well. Found some quality music, and I developed a love for that as well. And I just found a balance. So enjoying all the music I enjoy now, and also enjoying that music as well. Also enjoying worship. Just bringing everything together. So yeah, that is basically, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Know that. Same vibes, like, just wake up, like, we wake up on a Saturday and you're just hearing that, for me, you're just hearing that Tope Alabi. Like, I'm Nigerian, innit? I'm Yoruba, innit? So waking up to that Tope Alabi, or whatever. You know them ones where it's like, when we were even literally jamming to one of them mixes the other day, you know those mixes that like, you don't even know the names of, but as the songs just follow from one to another, you know,
bar for
bar. Like,
even the instrumental,
it's only now that I'm realizing that the aunties, when they were riffing, the aunties on the CD, they were going hard, like, aunties were going ham. So like, yeah, always growing up with that, like, yeah, musical house, same vibes. Like, my dad even plays the saxophone as well. So does my sister, actually, to be fair. I don't know, just never thought of that. Yeah, my sister plays the saxophone. I did keys till I didn't. So now I'm just here. Sick. I can chat though, so that's fine. And so that's always grew up with that same vibes, that on the way to church, that music, on the way to school, like gospel music, like it was predominantly gospel music. If it wasn't gospel music, then it was like, I want to say like soul, so like who's that brother? Lionel Richie and like all that. There's like some of them, and like my mum likes them. So that was the vibe. Then kind of like just growing up. Yeah, it was so funny. I guess perhaps maybe because of the area that I went to school in, like in primary school, it was just like, you know, I had the radio bangers, I can't lie. Because that's one thing, like, yeah, one thing my mum says, so she's always tried to be in tune with what's going on, whether that's Afrobeat. So who's that guy? Is that Robbie Williams? Like, yeah, let's just, so my mum would just spin it. So like, and it's so funny, even up until maybe like year 9, year 10, like, as I was ironing, I would listen to, because they always did the official chart, UK Top 40 on a Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. I can never forget. And as I would be listening to that as I would be ironing my clothes. So I knew, like, I was one of the first people. I remember when they did the first ever radio play of Pharrell Williams' Happy. I was one of the first people in the country to hear that song. I was one of the first, I know for a fact, because when they played it, I was there and I was like, hey, it's right. So yeah, music-wise, it's just always been there. And then from a gospel music perspective, yeah, because it's always been there, my first introduction was like the man from the like late 90s, like early 2000s, and that remains like my favorite kind of gospel music. I can't lie, like the Donnie McClurkins, the Fred Hammonds, the Israel Houghtons, Mary, Kirk Franklin, like you name it, like, and because them man they're just so versatile. If you want the praise, they will give you the praise. If you want the worship, they'll give you the worship, but they'll allow the choir. You know when they say, take us home, church, they will take you home. Like, I love it. Like, they have songs for every single season. So that was my first introduction as I was younger. And then as I grew older, like, there was just a period where I was just like, I just had those artists for time, and I'm like, come on, there's got to be something else. Not necessarily that I got bored, but I was like, cool, like, what else are we doing? So then obviously naturally as many UK Christian boys whatever like found Governor B, like he was doing what he was doing. Shout out to him. And like I just dove all the albums, I drank it up, I soaked it in, I took it in, I digested, I redigested, I ate it again. Like I loved it. So that was that. And then from that managed to branch out. So from, as we said in Kieran's episode, I think I don't even think that we said this, so I'll say it here, but like the whole, but that the Bible's era, so Women's Governor, like the A-Star, like, you know, all them, and so like I just loved it, and it was just so cool at the time as well. And then from then on, I just kind of like branched out. So then I started branching out to like the American man, so like the Lecrae's and like the
Lecrae kept
the Lecrae's,
going
like the whole 116 man, the Andy Minnie. So and that was like from like the year 11 times.
Yeah.
So that's when like I proper like began to like branch out like proper. So yeah. So mainstream wise, who do you go to in terms of like those mainstream artists that like blend like their faith and their thing really well?
Okay.
Because I think in the last like couple of years, that's when I've really begun to hone in on like those are like my favorite artists now. So.
Madison Ryan Ward. She's amazing.
She's from the US, innit?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
She is. Oh, Peter Collins. See Peter Collins, yeah. Let me tell you guys about Peter Collins. Like, I knew Peter Collins in year 12, and maybe even year 11. And when I see him on TikTok now, man, I'm saying, yeah, Peter Collins. I'm thinking, I've been knowing that
on
guy.
you, man,
like,
from 2019 times.
You know those people that you're just gassed that you need back in the day?
Yeah.
He's probably the person I'm most gassed. Like, Peter Collins, that voice, yeah. Peter Collins, amazing. Who else would I give it to? Sam Henshaw.
Oh,
Great
yeah,
band.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. We already said it in this series, but that Untidy Soul album, beautiful,
Amazing.
like.
Just incredible. Yeah.
Oh,
Great. Who else would I give it to? That's a good blend. Oh, Marizu and Jojo for Afrobeats. I really, really like them. I think they've done a great thing. Even Manny Wells. Excellent day. Yeah. I feel like everyone else I'm thinking of is like just not really doing that blend.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like those that if I want a well-blended thing, even the Cray.
Yeah.
Cray, great dudes.
Yeah.
NF, amazing. Yeah.
I think what I like about a lot of in fact, no, not even some. What I like about a lot of the guys that you just mentioned is that like their music. Like I think about someone like Lecrae or like someone like. The thing is, these are all. As we're saying these names, some of you are probably that are well versed in this. Some of you will be like, oh, like, but like they've done what they needed to do. Like their names for a reason. In terms of they're very, very real and open and honest with like their like struggles and like just knowing that okay, cool, like I'm actually human too, like going through like proper human problems, like loss or death or addiction, self-belief, doubt, like all that stuff that like we all go through. And I remember like even when I heard it myself and when I'm here listening to some of these songs myself, I'm like, hey, that's a little bit too relatable, you know, like, hey, it's a bit convicting, you know. But it's so important. Like, I know it was important that those guys were able to do it because it meant that everybody, like, forthcoming from there, they were able to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's proper. It was important that we had that. I think it was really, really important.
What about you? Who's your go-to?
My go-tos. The thing is, in terms of the artists that have blends, yeah, I feel like I still even need to be, and I'm even saying this, I feel like I even still need to, in fact, you can never be not put on too much. I'm not one of those guys. There'll be some people, you know, the man that like, that Shazam, okay, sorry, I still Shazam quietly, secretly. But like, I don't mind man putting me on. But in terms of a blend, if I had to like go to one person, yeah, I'll probably pick Sam Henshaw for the blend, I can't lie, because he's just too much. And then for me, across the last like 2 years or so, I've really like tapping into artists that like are in more of like, they've got more of a mainstream slant, but like you can definitely hear it come through. And I feel like that's really a side that I wanted RGS to kind of show as well, just in terms of the guests that we're like due to have as well. So when I think of like someone like Stormzy, for example, like obviously everyone is like, you know, blinded. First of all, like Detour, like the fact that man got bare girl across the middle England singing "Blinded by Your Grace," bro. Hallelujah for that. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So someone like Stormzy, even though, you know, he's on crud, like he's actually very much Jesus. And, you know, you hear the interviews of him, like, you know, speaking about his faith, like speaking about, like, you know, his mum praying for him. Like, I know there was that time when, before he did that Glastonbury set, like his mum prayed for him, and like the sound problems got patterned and things like that. And I also, so him, like, that's why I love, like, Wretch as well. He's like, he has, like, I think his song on Growing Over Life, Church, like, I think that might be, everyone will always flip around, but that's probably like my favorite, because it's just like, it's just testimony. Man said I could have been in jail on a Monday, instead I'm in church on a Sunday. Can we just, like, I love that. So that's him as well. And then like Gets, like, so I'm just naming Gets, but and the thing is, it's so good. Great. There's a correlation. We're naming Gets, and these Gets, they're all believing in Jesus. It's fantastic. There's a clear, consistent correlation, and we love it. So a lot of them is cool because, again, these are people that are in the UK now. And I can relate to them. They're, you know, they're in the crowd, they're on the crowd thing, they're on the ends, whatever. They're doing what they need to do, whatever. But it's like, you know, it's like the now. I wouldn't say typical, but it's like, you know, the Black British experience. Like, yeah, like I'm doing this thing, but yeah, God still got me too. And that's really and truly what it is. More time. So yeah, I really do like that. I really do like that.
That's good.
And then for you, I even had a follow up. But how have you, do you think that you've been able to get that message out there in terms of new sounds and stuff to like your friends and stuff? Like, how do you, obviously most of your friends are like Christians anyway, but that doesn't mean that people would take it up, kind of thing. So even like when you were younger, when you were year 11 and you were doing up gospel hydration and that, like, were you pushing it? Like, what were you saying? Yeah, like
I did like a little experiment. So like I would play my friends, because I went to, I live in North Hertfordshire now. So I went to a predominantly white school. And I would show them, like, I'll play them a song, I'll show them. And then they'll be like, oh, this song is proper nice. Da, 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 da. I was like, RGS a Christian. They're like, nah, like, how's man a Christian? Da, da, da. I'll be like, no, did you not hear the lyric? Like this. So I'll try and see, like, how good is the music? Because I feel like music that is genuinely good, you know, it reaches everyone. Yeah. Like, it actually will reach everyone because everyone likes good music. So I think in terms of pushing it to my friends, I did. I'll just send them songs, like, constantly. Even my friend, Amy, I just used to take her phone. I'll just create a playlist for her. Like, instead of me to be studying for the A-levels I didn't do, I would be making a playlist on her phone. Or like TUYC, Fia knows about this. We would just make playlists and send them into the group chat. Oh, guys, here's this. Swipe up for this sound. We had country, old gospel, new gospel, neo soul, R&B. So we would share it with as many people as we could, because it's like, bare people want alternatives. Like, worship, like Hillsong, shout out to you. Mav City, shout out to you. Shout out. Elevation, Beth, all of you, man, shout out to you. God bless you guys. But sometimes I just want to walk to school and just listen to songs. Yeah? I don't want to be hearing God save me from my mother's illness. I just want to listen to a song. That's all. So I think bare men are looking for that kind of thing, and bare people are putting it out there. Just, how can I forget I'm Rescued? Oh my God. I'm Rescued. He's I'm Rescued, for those that don't know. I'm Rescued, guys, is an American artist. He was a doctor and he recently just quit his full-time job, actually, to take up music full-time. He's been in my top 5, like, Spotify artists for like the last 4 or 5 years. That's crazy. He is amazing. Like, his blend is great and his sound is great. Like, yeah. He is amazing. He's somebody I put a lot of my friends onto because of his sound. So it wasn't like rap or Afrobeats. It was just music to the ears. So I'll say that to a lot of my friends. I'm Rescued, amazing. He is top guy. But yes. I feel like what I like about the blend now as well is that you don't now need to
the quality kind of speaks for itself. I don't know how to kind of shove it in somebody's face and say, oh my gosh, like this is Christian.
Yeah.
Like something that we speak about like in our conversations a lot is the fact that like it's moved away, well, in terms of like Christian hip hop and Christian music, it's moved away from like, or like, you know, how back in the day, like I always say this, but man will rap, say for example, like guys that are rapping and they'll rap and it's like the bars are like a competition as to like how much scripture you can fit in a 16. And it's just that, like, Matthew, and it's like, bro, I know you know the scripture and it's calm, but like, you don't have to show me, like, where's your flow, where's your cadence? Like, I'm not a rapper before anyone comes and, but it's like, come on, like, you can do better, like, and that's why I'm challenging you for the kingdom. Do you know what I mean?
And I think people are doing that, like, people are allowing their creativity to flow. And I think again in Kay's episode, he was touching on that when he was saying like theology-wise, a lot of people feel quite trapped. In a sense that, oh, if I'm not saying this, this and this, then God's not going to be happy. And I think people just don't give God enough credit as a creative. Like, bearing in mind, everything we see God created, like, because he stepped outside of the common box that was there, that's why we're where we are. And I think a lot of artists now are realising that God can express his glory and express his will through their creativity.
Yeah.
Like, God... In the Bible, God used parables because that's how people understood. If you're trying to reach an audience, but you're only coming to them with scripture, that's not a language they understand. Like, how do you expect to reach that audience? So I think a lot of artists now, it's great. I'm really seeing it, and it's just so good. Like, just be creative. Let your talent show. You know, you're fighting yourself to say 16 verses in 2 minutes.
It's okay.
It doesn't need to be that way, you know?
It's fine. It's
but
fine.
yeah, just side thought.
Are there any misconceptions that you had about like mainstream music that you don't have now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when I was growing up, like I thought secular music was a sin. Like I thought secular music was a sin. Absolutely. Like, yeah. I think the line was just in the wrong place as to what sin actually is. So I used to think, that was bad music. But now it's like I absolutely love it. I love the talent, I love the creativity that is portrayed, I love the personalities and the stories that are told through song. Like now it's great. Like people make great music and I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna absorb their great music, quite frankly. So yeah, now the misconception is indeed gone. It's been corrected, it's been re-understood. And yeah, I appreciate music. Music is just great. And secular music, as for me, my theology, my understanding of God and the gospel is not a sin. Not bad.
Amen.
So yeah, that's for me. What about you?
My misconception is to do with like, I think it's just, I've now got a change in like the way that I view all music altogether. Like there's not necessarily like a ranking like that. So for me, this is so funny, but obviously Spotify gives you daily mixes every day. So naturally, and those daily mixes are shaped by what you listen to. So I'd have like a UK daily mix, maybe a second UK daily mix, and I have like 2 gospel daily mixes, then I'd have a US hip hop daily mix, and then I'd have an Afrobeats daily mix. Yeah. And my thing, for a long time, well, when I started getting the small change for Spotify, like before, you know when it's the ads and that, I don't know how, I don't know, like my sister's even doing it now, and I just told her that I'll even help you, that just come on, this can't be the life that the Lord's called you to live, you know what I mean? But I remember going to school, I would always have to completely go through the entirety of my gospel daily mix before I listened to anything secular to start the day. So on the coach there, it was straight like and the thing is, I'm bare bopping my head like it's a matter more time, like I'm listening to like, you know, one Fred Hammond thing, and I'm like bopping as if I'm
the lamb and the ram before I get to school.
The lamb and the ram before registration. The lamb and the ram before registration. So I used to think, if I strayed, or if I listened to something first, then not even that it was a sin, but like God wouldn't be happy with me or something. So like, yeah, bare weird, but that's how I felt. And then obviously, as time went on, I noticed that, like, you know, it just wasn't the case. But the most important thing was, I think, because I attached it to, that was my primary way of spending time with God. Especially like in the morning, sometimes you just rush out, get up and rush out. It's interesting because my dad has always taught me, like, you know, he gave me my Bible, he gave me my devotional. He's always said, you know, as you're eating, sit down, open your Bible. I'll be real. Set time, my thing. What's that thing? Devotional. Amen. I'm out. Like that was the thing. But so that was the main way. I can see why I held on to it so tightly, because that was the way in which I spent time in the morning. But as I took more time to like pray, do whatever, like I noticed that it's okay just so long as I start my day with God. But so that first time, that I listened to secular music first in the morning, man was feeling bare, not even guilty, but I was feeling bare weird and that. I was feeling bare strange. Man's walking to travel to school, and it's like, man's bopping to some next thing. One driller that's saying all the things they're gonna do to get those points on the board. Like, bro, it was a bad thing.
Nah, for real.
But you know, it obviously then now it became commonplace. So it's like, I remember when like a big conspiracy dropped, or like Heavy's the Head, and first thing I did my thing, did my prayers. Oh God, bless it. Man tapped into them albums before, so I knew, like, before I got into sixth form, like, I knew man were gonna ask me about them albums because they knew that I was gonna listen to it on the way. Like even Psychodrama, I think I'll never forget, listening to it
as soon as it came out.
On the way, as soon as it came out.
I think I haven't had an exam that day.
Things like that, fam.
I was listening literally to that. As I was walking to the exam, I was like, this is good day. This is
great. This is actually great. So that's definitely something that's changed with me. So like even now, like I can afford to do that, which is great. For you then, in terms of practical steps, because that's something that we wanted to touch on, people that want to make their own podcast or platform or whatever, you being somebody that has now, you know, produced a podcast and started a business and many other things, what? Please, this is not the time to misbehave. We're even running on studio time. You can't be doing stuff like that. But how would you advise people to start? Because a question that a lot of people have is that where should I start? Like, what do I do?
I would say, the first thing I would say and recommend is that you understand exactly what it is you want to do. I think the key to everything is to have a quick CT, write it plainly, understand it plainly. And there's a lot of ideas. A lot of my friends, they know I have a lot of ideas and a lot of things I want to do, but until I can sit in front of you and articulate, this is what my thing is called, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how it's gonna run, I'm not gonna start it. Because if I don't understand what it is I'm gonna do, how's anybody else gonna understand either? So I think the first thing is getting a clear idea. What is it that you're doing? That's not to say that you can't grow along the way. You can shift, you can do something new, but let your vision be clear, let your foundation be set. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing is to weigh out the costs. That's one thing my mum always taught me from young, weigh out the cost. Like, do you have the capacity to do this thing right now? Is it something that maybe you're going to start in a year? Because life moves fast, but it doesn't move that fast. Like, you're thinking, a year is bare far away. It's not that far. Like, it's not that far. Well, already, what is this, May?
Yeah.
June is going to be in a couple of weeks. Like, that's 6 months of this new year already. So look at your capacity, weigh exactly out everything you need to do. So for example, with RGS, I need to find a host, find my host, need to see my guests. Does the idea bang? Is the idea good? Like, do people like it? Do you know what I mean? Seeing stuff like that. Where are we going to record? Is there space to record? How much is recording? Can I afford to finance? Can we afford to finance the studio? Like, the camera, the lighting, the equipment. Do we have a social media team? Shout out to
the social media team.
Shout out to those guys
Tommy,
every time.
Anthony,
yes,
Naomi,
Renell. All of you guys are amazing.
Them.
Thank you so much for everything you do. So yeah, do you need to put a team together? How many people do I need? I know for me, thank God to people in my life. Like, one thing I'll do is always talk about my friends. They're amazing. Ora, Josiah, they'll give me advice on and on and on and on. Even like Tolu, you, for Kyle, Jotham, anywhere, they'll just tell me like, oh no, maybe do it like this or maybe do it like this. And just bouncing your idea off people, weigh out the costs. Because someone will think of something you haven't thought of. Even cab, say it was raining, had to take cab from the station to the studio, like, think of everything.
You people that live in Bromley, in Orpington, in all this wild west.
Let's even just settle that. You people that live in Bromley, you live in Kent.
BRDA is synonymous.
You're together like this.
Synonymous, but
you
that's
are not
fine.
in South London. I want you to know, in your heart as you watch this, you are not from South London. You live in Kent.
In my language, they say South Court, South Knee.
And be blessed. Be blessed. You live in Kent. But be blessed. Southeastern. Anyways, but yeah, weigh out the cost. See where you need to go. All of that stuff. Do you need to pay for if you're getting guests, do you need to pay for their transport? Do you need to buy food, water? Weigh out everything. The third thing I would say is, again, just realistic timeline. How are you going to do this? 9 months? Some things that have coming out next year, summer. Like, weigh out your timeline, see what's going on. And then I would also say, should have said this at the beginning, so this is like step number 1, but pray. And actually ask God, is this something you want?
Yeah.
Is this your idea? Is this my idea? How do you want me to do this? How do you want me to steward this? Just see where he goes, because God has a lot of great ideas, You just have to ask him and get that from him. Is that it? Consistency is key. So if you're in a period in your life where you can't manage consistency and you don't have people around you that can support that consistency, then I would say don't start yet.
Yeah.
Because if you do one now and you don't come back till 6 months, it doesn't look that great, Yeah. So just, one thing I'll say is nobody's going to take your idea. Nobody's chasing you. Every idea that God has given you is for you. There is a space for you. It's never too saturated. Like, obviously people will say, if you're going to go into this market, just be wary. There's a lot of people that are already doing this thing. Bear Man have podcasts. Bear Man have music podcasts. And they're good, quality podcasts.
I even listen to them.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're quality podcasts, but it's like, God has a space for you and for what it is you're building and what you're designing. So no one's chasing you. So don't feel pressure to like, let me just drop it now. Because if I dropped RGS back last year in December, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That would have been too bad. Even the logo. I'm a perfectionist. I am a perfectionist. I know this. I'm a perfectionist. And when I was designing the logo, I didn't like it. And I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's calm. I was just like, this logo is just too bland. It's too bland. And I remember I sent it to the social media team. They were like, no, it's calm. Like, it's cool. I was just thinking in my head, like, you people are saying it's cool. It's not that cool. It's not that cool. And I asked my friends as well to do what do you call that thing on The Apprentice when you check the crowd?
Market research.
Yeah. I did that to see what they thought as well. They were like, no, this is nice. It's very clear. I was like, guys, not really.
That market research is even so fake. That's how they'll now come to the boardroom. They'll say 100% are bad for your bags. At what time 100% was 4 bad out of 4. It's better fake. Anyway, sorry.
Hey, but yeah, so they were not everybody. I love you guys, but I like criticism. Success knows. I'll message him. He'll say, no, it's good. I'll say, no, look at it again. Okay, tell me what can be better, because I know something can be better. I just don't know what it is. That's why I need you to look at it. I need your eyes. So yeah, shout out to my friend Yizzy. Gave me such a great idea, and he helped me form the logo to where it is now. But even things like that, make it perfect. Make it not perfect, but make it good. Don't just launch it out there. Just don't.
I was even gonna say even with going to lockdown and stuff, the amount of things that people. It's not even necessarily the amount of things that people launch, because obviously people have bags of time, bags of resources, whatever. But the quality of some of the things that people are putting out, I'm thinking, there is no way that your brethren is allowing you to release this. That your brethren's plural, because all of you have plural friends. You have friends.
For real.
And there was one guy, he was doing a YouTube, and he was like, yo, so this is my get to know. And the intonation, the everything, I was even feeling sorry for the boy. I said, how have your brothers allowed you to do that? So I think just a quality that you're happy with, but also that you think would stand there. I remember reading or hearing that, from a podcast perspective, most of them don't, a large I don't know the exact figures, but a large percentage don't make it past episode 3.
Yeah.
Like, raw. Like, do you know what that is? That is 1, 2, 3.
Literally done like that.
Just like that. So something that is definitely important, and literally just bouncing off you, is making sure that clear plan is there. You're doing it to a structure. So like for us, like things that we've planned, like past season 2, 3, 4, like God willing, like 5, 6, like 7, as more people start coming. So working to that plan just gives you so much structure rather than vibes. Also, I think making sure that you're trusting in the vision that like God has given you, like for whatever idea, if you have like prayed and like you're confident in it, like to just go in, because there we could have easily thought like, oh my gosh, like bear man are doing music podcasts or music interview podcasts, like oh my gosh, like what's going on. However, like when there's a set vision that like God's like put forward, like fam, and they say every knee will bow, and ain't no joke, man. Like people that have agreed to say like yes, and people that have even come through, like some of them we would never have thought that they would have agreed ever. So it's just testament to the fact that like when God says yes, like no one can say no kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Even on another thing, like always shoot your shot. Like you
Lit.
may just be starting out, fair enough, but you're that guy already. Do you know what I mean? Like you're that guy, you're that girl. Shoot your shot. Like people are eager to support you. You just have to like find them. Don't be scared just because you're still starting out. What's that? Zephaniah 3:5. Do not despise the small beginnings. Oh, maybe Zechariah. Somewhere in the Z's.
Yeah, I want to say. I don't want to please.
But somewhere in the Z's. Do not despise the small beginnings. Keep going. From where you are, like God has already seen your end. You know, He's already set you off on this path. So shoot far. Like shoot big. Aim wide, because you don't know who's gonna say yes. And be proud of your thing. Like, one thing about Success and I is we are going to network. Wherever we go, we're going to come and speak to you and we're going to say, hi, we have a podcast. Do you want to come on the podcast?
That's even how we got Shireen.
What is your email? Literally.
That's literally how we got Shireen.
Because she came for CCS.
Shout out Pencil Work.
Literally, every time.
Yeah.
But that just talk to the people. Be confident in your idea. Be proud of your idea, because God is proud of you. So you be proud of you. And have a good team of people around you. That's the last thing I would say. Because it's not easy. Nothing about this is easy. The number of sleepless nights I've had in the last 6 weeks, maybe even 8, is ridiculous. Like, nothing about this is easy. There's times like, these men that have me on Snap will know, like, I'll be like, hey guys, just doing another all-nighter. My laptop is just heating up right now, but be back at it in a couple of seconds. And I'll just be awake. Like, even my dad's birthday weekend, that I didn't sleep. Man was just awake, just edited, just awake.
They will now ask you what you had for dinner. You now tell us Tang Fastics.
Hey guys, Tang Fastics are amazing. I think they're great sweet, great source of everything good. But yeah, it's not easy. But having people in your corner that will not only pray for you, say well done, we see you, we're proud of you, we're here if you need.
Proper, like,
do you know what I mean? Like, they'll push you, support you. Oh, I can do this for you. I can help with this. Oh, I can shout this person. Have that kind of team around you, because you can't do this by yourself.
I think I think the last thing on that for me is being comfortable with the idea that you're as brilliant and as great as your friends may be, like your friends and your fans aren't necessarily, they might not necessarily be the same people
that you're
putting the thing for.
Yeah, 100.
Because like, for example, I'm sure that we both have friends that like maybe they're just not podcast people, or like they'll still shout, but they're not the audience. 100, so just being confident with that, like don't take it to like, oh my gosh, like you're fake, like you're a pig, like no, like bro, they just don't listen to like, do you understand? Like it's not that deep, and not being disheartened. So yeah, just ensuring that you're not disheartened, and knowing that things take time, and like there's process and there's outcome, and just following that process to get like that outcome.
Seed time and harvest.
So yeah, that is that, to be fair. And I think the last thing I had for us to discuss was, what do you see for RGS like in the future? Like, how you feeling about it? Because obviously we're end of season 1, but like season 2 and beyond, like, or even chat about season 2 first. Like, what are you saying for season 2?
It's gonna be great. Season 2 is actually gonna be really great. I reiterate, always shoot your shot. Always. You're that guy or that girl. Season 2 is gonna be really good. I'm excited for the conversations that we have loading with the people we have. I'm excited for the range, because like we said, it's not just for artists, it's for musical creatives. So that extends to videographers, producers, artists, A&R, stylists,
Yes,
like
yeah.
everyone. It extends to everyone in the musical scene because everyone's got a different perspective, you know? So yeah, I'm really excited for season 2. I'm excited for Beyond. I think RGS it's going to be big. It's going to be good. I'm excited to see just God glorified for it, because I think one thing about me, I'm always throw it up to God every single time, because I'm not going to be here without him, you know? And things even outside of the podcast that are still RGS related, all of those things to come as well. So I'm really excited. Yeah. I'm excited to share it with you guys. I'm excited for you guys to see it as well. Yeah, like RGS to the world of Mac.
No, literally, yeah, no.
I'm excited. Even for you, Success, I even wanted to ask you.
If I would just leave,
I know he tried to wrap up.
If I would just leave the shot of this camera right now.
He's not a serious person.
If I would just wrap up this episode for the Apple and
as
Spotify
the boss that
people
he likes to call me,
right
you're
now.
not going to wrap it up. You are not going to wrap it up.
Right.
So yeah, no. I even wanted to ask you how you found it, starting from season 1. In fact, starting from episode 1 of season 1.
Episode 1, season 1.
Yeah, up to where you are now in terms of confidence, even the flow, the structure. How do you feel like the Holy Spirit is, you know?
Yeah, no, HS, Holy Spirit, HS, whatever you want to refer to my man as. Like, HS is on a mad one. Like, there'll be times that I'll be asking a question and I'll get the response, and then it will now just it will just feed in. And before, like, and I'm sure people will probably even see, but like, I'd maybe think you'd see it in my face that perhaps maybe I might think a bit more, but now that's not necessarily the case. Like, I still think, but just letting go bit by bit, and just being confident in like the people that we're interviewing, and also like in myself, and just being able to like bring it out of them. And you know, as I still going on, like, you know, listening to, like I said, I listen to loads of like podcasts, so the hosts that I like or I enjoy listening to, so whether that's Chucky Online, like whether that's like even ZZ Mills, for people that as much as whether you like or not like her, she's fantastic at what she does. So people like that, I've just enjoyed doing that. And then just like now it's about like just making my own style. So it's kind of, and Stephen Butler as well, because I like the way he does his thing as well. So making a mesh and just making my own style. So a mixture of like serious but also conversational, like very much conversational, and just getting to the heart of things, bringing out things that like my aim is always to bring out things that like you won't get by Google searching them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I feel.
That's really good.
Is that okay?
That was good. I want to take a second now to big up Success, because
my days.
He's always gonna try and make it seem like it's all me when it just isn't all me. Like, it's never been all me. Like, you know, every time he speaks, he'll just be saying something like that. But anyways, take a second to big up Success, because
the second is done, by the way.
Take a second.
Hey.
Take multiple seconds, in fact. You could take a whole minute to big up Success, because Success was one of the first people I told about RGS, and he's actually been there from the jump. Like, he believed in the idea, he supported the idea. Success is more like my partner in RGS than he is just a host. He's not just someone that I hire out. He is, you know, he's my brother. Like, if I call Success, like, we're just gonna talk for time. We're still gonna have an RGS meeting now. 2 hours later, we're saying, oh damn, like, we haven't had the meeting yet. We still need to talk about this on the Nation, and you know, schedule this and this. But Success has honestly been, or has honestly been, because English, been that guy. Great host, great conversationalist.
We're getting there by the grace of God.
Great partner in RGS. A big, huge part of him. In fact, the face of it. It's not so good. They did not so good. They did not so good. But yeah, it is. Also, I was just asking him if he thinks that's so good that he's the face of RGS, because he wants me to be the face so bad, but I'm just not. But yeah, take a second. We've taken our second to big you up. So you should take your flowers, because you deserve.
Likewise, I'll just share them. Yeah, but no, literally, I think you are the great example of, like, if you have a vision, just write it down, make it plain, ask God to help you, ask your friends, and see where you are.
Do that.
So, but that's that though. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to the listeners, because this is even the end of season 1.
Yeah, it is. Thank
so
you guys.
yeah, thank you for staying looked in. All the shares, the reposts, like
for real. We see every single one.
We actually see everything.
Crazy.
No, like literally, actually see everybody.
It's crazy every single
more time. If you see like, I know people still aren't getting used to it, but if you see like a like on your Instagram story, it was me. I'm such a bandit for Instagram story likes.
I think even the reason I noticed it was a thing. Success. Ariyibi has liked.
I will like that's one thing about me. I'll like it. So if you see, it's probably from me appreciating you. But yeah, no, thanks so guys. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, guys, for just believing in us, believing in our vision, and believing in like the plan that God had like in terms of this podcast. So can't wait for you guys to see the growth.
Yeah.
If you were going to put stocks in, it's too late. It's almost too late. It's
almost too late.
It's almost too late. It's almost too late.
Nah, yeah.
So, but yeah, no. God bless you guys, and I pray that all of you guys listening, continue to have a greater understanding of who it is that God's called you to be.
Yeah.
And all them good things there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we will be gone, but not for too long. We'll have stuff for you in the meantime, and then before you know it, season 2 up again, with the same great names, same great conversations, and it's going to be very, very good.
Follow us on at the RGS.
Yes, yeah, podcast. You can just do that for us now.
Follow us on at the RGS podcast on Instagram and on TikTok, so you can stay tuned. Clips, BTS, just conversation. Like, we'll keep you guys entertained in the break. Like, you'll still hear from us during the break, and then we'll be back bigger, better, great conversations. So excited to share the conversations with you guys. Also, I don't know if this is particularly applicable, but if there are any bonus episodes, quote unquote, like this that you want us to tackle, any questions, perhaps topics pertaining to like Christianity music, let us know. If there are any guests that you think that if there are any guests that you would love to have on, you can DM us.
Let us know. DM us.
Email us. Whatever.
We'll try our best.
Shout us.
We're very active, so just shout us. And that's that. So, are you gonna?
I think you should do that.
As
the host of the show.
Ed, for a final time. Okay. But yeah, this has been the last episode of season 1 of RGS. But stay locked in, because it's gonna be good vibes. So say less, don't stress.
God bless.
God bless. Peace.
You are now listening to Redefined Gospel Sounds.
What's good, guys? It doesn't stop anytime soon. Just because you have found out, we're still gonna pick 5 questions. Like, nobody's exempt. Nobody gets special treatment. No one gets special preference. So, you know, in fact, these questions should even be sharpish, because you've literally been sitting there for all the episodes.
No, but I can't.
Thank you very much. So, 3, 2. I'm not even gonna ask if you're ready. Frankly, I don't know if I care. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Favorite Bible verse? There can't be you've been for all the episodes.
No, but like, I love the Bible, innit?
Yeah, which one? On my Bible lover, which one do you love?
Okay, I'm gonna say. Okay, am I gonna say that?
If this is another artist, I would have rushed them on.
Okay, I'm gonna say 1 Samuel 14 verse 6.
One song that you're loving right now. This is not good. This is poor form. This is the reason why people on the thing they'll see 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's because of this. Oh yeah, quick.
Hey.
One song that you're loving right now.
No, but I'm trying to think of my Spotify.
What's the one that you've been bumping since all day? Yeah, which one?
What's it called? No, it's not a good one. Success. I can't remember the name.
Okay. The biggest lesson on your faith journey so far?
That God loves me.
Amen. An artist that you'd like us to interview in the future?
I'm Rescued.
Your go-to song recommendation?
Anything from... I don't know. Sorry.
Come on now.
All the music ones are really throwing me.
How can you be giving it large, saying that you're loving music as much as these people,
I know,
and now you're...
I know.
We'll get to the next one. Something that you'd like Christians to do better?
be human. Just be a real person.
And lastly, if God was sitting next to you live on the flesh, what would you ask him?
How are you doing today?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, keep.
I really want to think of songs, but my mind is actually
Sorry,
blank.
the ship has sailed.
No,
Thank
but
you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. We're done.
No, but Success, I can't think of any songs.
Right,
Even song I couldn't even say, no,
that's
Success.
a jam. We're not doing it again. That's a jam.
I was just thinking, all I could see in my mind was a Spotify logo. That was it.
Are you
I
well?
couldn't even see the playlist.
That's it. We
There
can
was
see
no
the Spotify.
song,
You can just see the
artist,
green,
just
black.
Literally.
That's so bad.
Nah, that's bad.
But yeah, no, that was a really good episode. Nah, well done.